the coffee maker wasn't working. We'll talk about that in a vlog. Basically exploded. But I'm hoping it's the grind that I was using as opposed to it's actually broken. So tomorrow, I suspect I'm going to have lots of distractions. So the plan is today to be as productive as possible and get ahead YouTube-wise. So I'm going to put on some makeup and start filming, I'd say first thing, but early this morning. Obviously, it's not first thing because we've done the school run and such. I've never used this before over the top of, this is the Pixie Vitamin C Priming Oil. I've never used it over the top of my regular moisturiser, so we'll see how this goes. But I want to use my Max Factor Miracle Second Skin foundation, or skin tint, whatever you want to call it. And it does not play well over not super hydrated skin. As I remember, it needs a good amount of lubrication between you and it, and also a good amount of product. I wore this the other day and was like, it is nice, but it's just not one of those things. It's not what I expected it to be, because it's not a throw-on tinted moisturiser type product. It involves a lot more prep. Good morning! But it is a really nice, natural base. Is anybody else struggling with this heat in terms of skincare? I am wearing something, by the way, because look, I've got like little breakouts, more breakouts on my face, a little on my back, and it's definitely this heat. Also, I noticed yesterday that although, you know, it tends to be this way, and my tattoos aren't the best in the world anyway, and they can be a little raised, the tattoo on my back is incredibly raised, or was last night. I was feeling it like, wow, that's like crazy. And I think that's the heat too. I think the heat has a lot to answer for, much as we enjoy it. I also didn't get to sleep until about 3 o'clock last night, so I feel this is the beginning of the summer end for me. Also, I realised I talked a lot about this on my vlog channel on Instagram, but I never actually said here that I was taking last week off. I already had that YouTube video filmed for Wednesday, the Primark haul. I filmed that ahead of time, so I already had that to go up. But other than that, I decided to take last week off because it was half term, and it's always difficult to work around that anyway. And the weather was so nice, I thought, you're not really going to miss me. Totally, Nikki, I'm with you. Bring on the winter mood. I love a little bit of warmth, and I like it to be pleasant outside, but I'm not into heat at all. Not even slightly. I am very excited to have a holiday booked in the winter time to a cold weather place. If we manage to go to New York in December, it's going to be just amazing anyway, but especially right now, I'm like, just give me some snow. Just give me some snow. I know I'm in the minority, but that is how I feel. So yeah, I decided to take last week off, which I did. I feel refreshed. I have also changed the name of my second channel, which was Diary of a Spendaholic. You may be familiar. You may not. Do you know what? I'm going to use this. I pulled this out the other day and was like, is this even still a thing that you can buy? It's the Illamasqua Gel Sculpt. And it's fantastic. And nobody ever talks about it that I've heard of. And I don't know if it's still available. Illamasqua is one of those brands that everyone used to talk about and then suddenly nothing. But it's like a translucent gel bronzer. It's amazing. So much easier to work with than a lot of like cream products. It's just a little something. I think the shade of this might be Silhouette. I don't know if Silhouette is the shade or if that's something to do with the product name. But it says Gel Sculpt Silhouette. And if you still can get this, it's like buildable, easy to work with, blends beautifully, and you don't feel like you get that kind of like orange. Like, you can see a difference. I can see a difference anyway. But unlike, I really like my NARS creamy stick thing that I use as well, but it's just a different animal. I think this is just a bit more natural. Ooh, when I put a bit of bronzer on, my scar there really pops. I feel like also it's taking a little more on this side than this side. Quite far away from the mirror when I film like this. So as I was saying, I have need a little more, taken a little bit of my coverage off. I have renamed my second channel, which used to be called Diary of a Spendaholic. That has been almost exclusively vlogs for the past year or so. It used to be where I would post. I mean, I used to post vlogs there. There have been times over the years that I've posted vlogs there. I've also posted travel stuff. I've posted when I've got expensive things that I want to share that I don't feel fits with Miss Budget Beauty. It was supposed to be my kind of like the other half of me, my alter ego. Miss Budget Beauty, Diary of a Spendaholic. I felt like between the two of them, it was everything. I could talk about whatever I wanted to. It would just be split off into two different things. And then as things have evolved and as I'm feeling like, well, you know, I like this, I like that, I'm not enjoying this element of whatever, and as you're showing me more what you want to see in choosing to view certain things over other things, I'm feeling more like I do want to continue with vlogging, probably long term. If ever I was to stop making YouTube videos, you know, as regularly as I do, if I was to go working full time, or if I was just to like not do what I'm doing right now, I think I would vlog forever in some capacity. I mean, I definitely wouldn't ever leave YouTube completely. I don't think. I think it would be really difficult to do that because it's just become such a massive part of my like day-to-day life. And I think if I was to continue on YouTube long term, vlogs will probably be the thing that stick around for me. And I mean, that can be anything, can't it? You can literally vlog about anything. My Friday faves and fails is technically a vlog in that I'm just sitting and talking, and that is sustainable for me. I think that's something that I will probably want to do forever. Just sit and talk. Whereas I may not want to like do review videos or like hauls or shopping videos or something forever. I can see that being something that I do indefinitely. And so I just wanted to make it a little more of a focus for this next 6 months and see how I'm feeling. So I've changed the name from Diary of a Spendaholic. It's been changed just to my name because I just couldn't settle on anything, and I decided to just stick with my name. And there's going to be 3 videos a week over there. And there'll be a slight change here in that we're still going to have the Friday faves and fails. I'm still going to do a Sunday shopping video, which currently this month is actually going to be no buy content. So I'm going to no buy this month. I want to talk about like things that I didn't buy, things that I want to buy, like wish list stuff, things that will, if I hadn't been a no buy, I would have bought this, but maybe now I don't really care, you know, that kind of thing's going to be our Sunday video. And then Wednesday videos are going to be sporadic. So sometimes it's going to be a Wednesday video. Sometimes there's not going to be a Wednesday video. This week, I think we're going to have a FabFitFun unboxing. Sometimes I'll have a review, but sometimes there won't be one. And then sometimes there'll be a random Monday live. But I'm just kind of throwing it out there. Friday faves and fails are my favorite videos to film for this channel. I love a Sunday shop with me when I can get to the shops. But I'm not going to necessarily be posting, like, there has to be a Wednesday video. So, just wondering, do you do any spray tan? No, I have done a spray tan in the past, but tan for me is just, it ends up being so orange. Oh, was it named after the Isla Fisher film? So someone's asking me about the Diary of a Spendaholic. It wasn't named after the Isla Fisher film. It was named after the Sophie Kinsella book series that I was obsessed with, which is Diary of a Shopaholic, or like Secret Diary of a Shopaholic. I've read every single one apart from the most recent because that was not that long it was released, and I need to get that on Audible because I just don't read anymore. But yes, it was named after the book series. Love the sun when I don't need to do anything, but with blood pressure issues, trying to put anything in the heat is a nightmare, I can imagine. Oh, they still have the gel sculpt, which is excellent news. It really is fantastic. I can't say enough about it. It's a really, really good product, and I think that will last you forever. It's a small product, but it will last for a really long time. And if you are struggling with kind of bronzers, either not blending properly or they just kind of look a little bit odd, like colour-wise, shade-wise, I think bronze is quite difficult if you're fair. Everything looks quite orange. I think you'll have a good time with that sculpt. And it is, you could use it, you know, you could just blend it out with your hands. It's nothing high pressure about it at all. Is it hard doing a no buy? I find it hard not to buy something. Well, that's the purpose. So as with everything, for me personally, I find that it's habitual. So it's not, if it's just the trigger, isn't it? So I will, when I'm feeling stressed, when I'm feeling things are out of control, in fact, that is actually a line from Clueless. When the world is out of, it gives me a sense of chaos in a world that's out of control. Although that's the makeovers part, isn't it? Forget me. Shopping and buying things is like a little mini hit of, I don't know, probably the same thing other people feel with exercise. Who could tell? Not about to do that. Hilariously, I did actually order an exercise bike last month. Lee and I were like, right, we're going to get an exercise bike. I think we'll both use it. It can go in the shed. Never arrived. And last week they told me it was delivered, like 2 weeks ago, which it wasn't. And I just feel like it's a scam. Dopamine is what I wanted to say, Sarah. But it's one of those things that, as I'm going to say it, I'm like, you could be wrong. And so just don't say it. So for sure, that I have had that in the past, and I have leaned on shopping and spending money when I feel stressed or when I'm sad. Oh my goodness. I remember the first time I actually realised that this was a problem area for me this is years and years and years ago, and something bad had happened at work, and I remember waiting outside for someone to pick me up, and my instant feeling was that I wanted to go out and spend some money. It was so strong, this pull of, this is the only thing that I can think that will make me feel better. And that was the first time that I went, oh, I get this. I totally understand. This is something that I need to keep an eye on, because it was my first thought. Whereas now that's not necessarily so much the case, but it is something that I will fall into a habit of. I panic shop. So if I think, great example, we've had some social gatherings recently. We had some people around at the weekend. I had some people around the previous weekend. I had someone around the previous weekend to that. It's way more than usual. Like, we haven't seen anyone in so long, and then 3 weeks in a row. Next week I want to do nothing. Probably for the next month I want to do absolutely nothing. But when I'm having people around, I have the panic of, what if I need X? And I will spend so much money preparing for people to be here just in case we need whatever. And that's a panic. That's like, I get it, an element of control. It's like a thing of, well, it'll make me feel better if I've got these things, like a security thing. And so that's more where my issue has become now, is like, well, I'll get it because I'll just get it and then we'll have it, which is a line from Arrested Development. We're thinking of doing our kitchen. Ooh, my ring light is like going a bit wavy. I wonder if it's on its last legs. We're thinking of doing our kitchen, and I'm going to try and retile the backsplash. And so I'm looking at different tiles. I'm looking at, well, we could do this, we could do that. And then I'm thinking, well, what kind of equipment do we need? Can you see the lights going in and out? And that's the point where, if I wasn't on the no buy now, I'd be like, right, well, I'm just going to get this piece of equipment because this seems to be the best way to do it. You know, you're already spending this money, you may as well spend this money, and then I'm gonna have the proper thing, and then we'll get this because maybe I'll do this, and and it goes on. And that's more my kind of spending right now. Well, I might need this, and immediately I'll Amazon. I need some steel wire to hold up these bulbs in the whatever, you know? It's mostly project things. I'm not, like, I can't remember the last time that I bought clothes. I bought 2 things from Primark last week, and immediately they went back. Because you can't try things on, and I'm just not excited about clothes right now. Or even makeup. It's been just mostly, oh, do you know what? I'd quite like some more lights. Ordered them without even thinking it. Yesterday Ella said, could she do something with the Cricut, and she wanted some vinyl something, and normally I'd have been like, right, I'll go on and I'll order some vinyl, and I said next month we can do that. I can't do that right now. That's not a necessity. I'm gonna end up overspending on, if I buy this thing, I won't just buy that thing, I'll buy 3 more things, because what if we also need, and that's the problem. Milo said he wanted to paint some figures, and I would have been like, right, acrylic paint, Amazon, I'll get some acrylic paint. We don't need to do that. We could do something else, and then in a month, if he still wants to do it, I'll buy him some acrylic paint. And that is part of it, is like the delayed gratification of, will I still want that thing in a month? Probably not. And in a month, because we're thinking of doing the tiling thing now, I'll have done a month's worth of research and decided, actually, this is exactly what we need, and we don't need all those other things. Habitual shopper when I'm depressed or sad. Yeah, completely. How's your garden? Did you get your bulbs planted? I didn't actually plant any bulbs. There's loads and loads of stuff about the garden on my vlogs if you want to see. I've done like lots of updates, but I didn't actually plant any bulbs. My dad did some before he left, like in the end of last year, and I think I'll do some in the like autumn, winter. I do this too on therapist advice. I now ask myself, what's the worst thing that could actually happen if I don't have this item? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yes, it is. And I think once you equate it to, it's not really about having the thing. It's not really about having the whatever. It used to be the dopamine hit. That was definitely it. But now, as I've gotten older, it's definitely like but if I don't have that thing, or even if you don't get the thing, will you be able to get the thing? Will it not be there anymore? These are the things as I've gotten older, it's changed too. So it's not difficult to do a no buy, because you just have to not do something. But I do think that as soon as you break the seal, if you will, then it's almost impossible to keep up with it. So for example, when I was looking at the tiles yesterday, I thought, well, on the way home from school, I'm just looking for a brush. On the way home from school, I might get some samples. I'll just go and get a couple of sample tiles and we'll have a look. And I thought, no, if you do that, it's the beginning of the end. Because as soon as you get a tile sample, then you've broken the no-buy, and why not just get this thing? Why not just get that thing? Stupid things, like even like face masks from the supermarket. Like, no, you can't do that. It needs to be all or nothing. The whole thing is to break the habit. Like if you go into the supermarket and every time you go in, you're like, oh, I'll just look around the clothes section. That's a habit of, it's normal to also spend other money when you're supposed to be food shopping. If I go a month without Amazon priming something, then it will be less of an instant reaction as and when I want to buy something. Even stuff like basic thing. Like let's say I can't even think of any. Like toilet paper. I might think, oh, we run out of toilet paper. We're going to run out of toilet paper. I'll Amazon Prime it. It's too easy. It's too quick. Although that's an essential item, that is an example of, it's just too quick. So I've just kind of like banned myself from Amazon Prime for a month, because that in itself, we need batteries, Amazon Prime. It's not that you don't need the things. It's just, if you're so used to, oh, I need this, and it's immediate that you can get it, then where do you draw the line? Oh, I need Dream Phone. Well, Amazon Primed it. That was my last purchase before the no buy. Dream Phone. Also, no regrets. It's a fantastic game. When you're in a bad place mentally, you buy more to feel better. Doing a big cull, you feel free of that. Yeah, I would agree with that as well. It does also help to go through things. I've got to go through this room. I started a declutter video maybe a month ago, and am I ever going to finish that declutter video? Time will tell. But I honestly don't know, because I can't imagine at this point setting aside time to actually go through everything. Just sounds like a nightmare. Get everything out. I've got more space to put everything now, and yet everything's everywhere. I just really do need to set aside that time. And I don't think I'm going to, honestly. I can't justify the time. It doesn't make any sense. I could be doing something else. Lists. I never go shopping without a list, even when clothes shopping. Lists are not just good for food shopping. This is totally true, 100%. I do that with food shopping, and if I'm actually properly shopping, then I will have a list of things that I need. And do you know what? Clothes shopping is just not a thing. I'm not I'm not obsessive, or I don't buy an excessive amount of clothes. It's not even an issue that I need to be worried about. My shopping habits are completely, the biggest problem is Amazon. It's just too easy. Oh, I'll just buy this, I'll just buy this. I'll just buy a paddling pool. I'll just buy, it doesn't even matter. I'll just buy some cushions. I'll just buy whatever. All of which you just don't need. And if you just waited a minute, would you even still need those things? Would you even still want those things? Probably not. Almost certainly not. Good morning, Julie. We've got kind of on a weird downturn. We were chatting about other things, and now it's like, so let's not. Let's just, like, I don't know what I've done with my eye makeup, truly. I'm just, like, not paying attention. Tired today. Super tired. It is this weather. This weather is making me tired and grumpy and blah. And that is why I had to get a Red Bull. Okay, that'll do. That'll do, pig. Oh, never take a list. When I think I'm going to take a list, I forget. I understand that. What are you most looking forward to in the next month? Ooh, that is a great question. You know, I don't know. I don't think there's a lot going on in the next month. Honestly, I've spoken about this before, but I'm not excited about the restrictions lifting. Maybe I'm alone, but I'm not doing a lot of stuff. I'm not like, I've seen some friends, but they've almost all come here where I feel comfortable. We haven't been out for dinner yet, which we're quite excited to do. We've been out for dinner like a couple of times, like for lunch and stuff, but Lee and I have not been out for dinner yet. I'd quite like a date night. We haven't been out by ourselves this year, which for us is quite a lot, because my mum used to be very free with babysitting prior to us all living together. And then obviously once we lived together, if we wanted to occasionally go to the cinema at night by ourselves, or for dinner or whatever, or even to Tesco, it's so stupid. Those of you with kids without babysitters will understand, and those through the pandemic, just something like going to Tesco together by yourselves feels weird, because you're never alone. And because we went so long living with my parents where we could just do that, we could just, well, we'll just pop out to wherever and get the thing that we're getting, or occasionally to the cinema, which really wasn't very often, but just like the idea that you could was there, or for dinner. And we haven't done that now in so long that it feels odd. It will feel like strange when we do that. We're considering going out like one night in the week next week, and then Ella can look after Milo, which will be the first time. There's no reason she can't. She's fully capable. She'll be 16 in September, which is crazy. And Milo's not difficult, but I just like, I've always, and it's not really been necessary, but I think, hear that airplane? I think that we're going to just go to a local restaurant, Lee and I, and have like a midweek date night, which will be nice. So I'm looking forward to that, if we do that. But otherwise, we don't really have any plans. And I'm kind of in the zone right now where I don't really want to make plans. Plans are stressing me out a little bit. I feel like I haven't got time for everything. And then when we have plans at the weekend, the weekend's gone. I don't know. I think the last year has just made all of us a little bit anxious. Even those of us that weren't particularly anxious before are now feeling like, eek. And so we don't really have any plans. We haven't got anything. that we're going to do like in the summer holidays either. Like Lee was saying, we should go to like London or something. I know, again, I've said this before, but I think it's the idea that we're going to get stuck somewhere, because it's not as simple as, well, we'll just go into here, or we'll just, you know, pop into a restaurant or go into a cafe, because everything needs to be pre-booked, and you don't know whether or not there'll be capacity. Previously, if you got stuck somewhere, there was always something you could do. There was always somewhere you could go. And now it feels, I'm just nervous to be stuck. And so I don't really want to go anywhere. Which is means we don't really have anything to look forward to, because we don't have any plans. I'm also nervous to be excited about future plans. Like I said, we've got a holiday booked at the end of the year, and even that, I'm like, well, I don't even know if we're gonna go. If we talk about future holidays, can we go somewhere next year? I don't know. Just don't know. I kind of wish that we had booked like a house, you know, something by the coast or something, because then I would feel the same way that I feel here, like you've got somewhere to go back to. It's not a hotel either, so you get out of your car and then you're immediately like outside or in a place that you're staying, so you don't need to worry about capacities and masks and all of those things. But I don't know, I think I'm just feeling like in a bit of a lull right now. I'm sure it will pass. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but you know. Oh wow, apparently it's going to be hotter in Glasgow than Portugal. Is that today? That's crazy, isn't it? I don't even know what to do in this kind of weather, truly. Right, so I'm still completely obsessed with the lip combo that I was talking about a few weeks ago, which is the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. Actually, I'm going to do the lipstick first, because I'm not even really doing the lip liner in the way that I usually do it. The Bobbi Brown Crushed Lip Colour in Angel, which is this kind of peachy pink. I just love, it's kind of balmy, and it feels so comfortable, but it also looks, it gives me that kind of look of, you know, when, I don't know, I'm forever repeating myself. I've said this before, but, you know, sometimes when you're watching on TV and the women's lipstick looks just like, it looks like a balm. It doesn't look like lipstick as we know it. It just looks like fresh and just like slightly something. It's not much of anything, it's just beautiful. And I was always trying to recreate that. And I think it's something like this. Like, this is a very balmy lipstick. Sorry, the mouth sounds. Which I love. I think it looks really natural and just nice. And then all I do with the lip liner is shape just the Cupid's bow. Because I have a really poor lip line. Like, my lips don't have a lot of colour, and they kind of lose, they become almost translucent towards the edge. So if I don't line my lips, it's just nothingness. Lipstick without lip liner for me is like, no, not at all. And then the bottom part. Love it. And it matches really well. But it's enough to kind of give a little bit of definition. I love this colour so much. Okay, I'm also going to straighten my hair. Which I rarely do. But part of this whole, like, feeling like I'm in a funk. Is there still water in this? Where is the water thing? Oh, yeah. Part of it is, someone told me I could take the brush off the comb. Oh, game changer. Okay. Oh, Amazing. Right, so when I did that video the other day, that's the last time I straightened my hair. I told you I hardly ever straighten it. When I did that video the other day and I did a review of the Steam Pod, I said that the only problem really was, I don't know what happened. My internet is not great. It was so terrible. Okay, it was so terrible on Saturday when we had people around that it wouldn't even play music. Did it do this noise the whole time last time? No, it only did it when I pressed it down before. Okay. This is probably the most noisy straightener I could use in a live. Let me just see what comments I missed. Finally caught you during a live. I'm with you on the weather side of things. Wish for summer all year. And then it's too hot. No, honest to God. When it first got even slightly warm, it wasn't even hot at this point. It was just kind of like a little bit muggy one morning when it had been raining for weeks. And my first thought was, oh, do you know what? I'll take the rain. The rain did wonders for my garden. I didn't have to water it. I mean, the sun is also going to do that, but you know, the rain though. I wanted to be able to sit in the garden. That was the main issue, but I couldn't. But otherwise, weather-wise, if you're not outside, kind of all right with it. Just don't like super heat. And the minute I'm in the sun, I catch it on my shoulders and they're like, pink. I've put some SPF 50 by the back door now that leads into the garden because I know I'm like overdoing this, but isn't it a good job I don't straighten my hair very often? It would not appreciate it. I mean, it is. The thing about this compared to other straighteners, hashtag gifted, is it just leaves the shine because it uses steam. And I don't know if that, like, not to sound like an advert, because I haven't read any of the information about this or why it works. Other than, I know steam is like super hot and you might think it might be super terrible, but I think it's like 78% sticks with me. Less damaging than a regular hair straightener. I don't know how or why. It doesn't, to me, this doesn't feel like it's like straightening any quicker than regular hair straighteners. So maybe in that 78% I'm losing because I'm having to do it again and again. What was I even saying? Maybe because of the steam, it's like somehow infusing hydration into, no, I have literally no idea how this is working, but it leaves my hair shinier than if I use a straightener. If I use a straightener, my hair looks dull unless I like put an oil or a serum on it. It's not conducive with shiny hair for me at all. Whereas this, and it feels like it moves in a way that is more like it's been blow dried than it's been straightened. I always used to like, when I had super long hair, I always used to like that feeling of like, if I would go to the hairdressers, they'd say, do you want me to straighten it? I'd say, no, absolutely not. I can straighten it. I want you to blow dry it straight and leave it because that is my absolute favourite feeling. And that's the same kind of feeling that I get with this. My hair is not naturally curly, but it's not straight either. It's like, it's textured. But it's also fine and super tangly. And very frizzy. I think because it's so fine. someone said when I was talking about this straightener that they can't use it because it's basically like a humidity device. And their hair goes super, super frizzy, which in theory should be my experience, but I don't think it does the same thing to me. Just can't catch that very front part. Seems to be eluding me. So yeah, today I'm going to film my FabFitFun unboxing. I'm going to film my Friday faves and fails, which, spoiler alert, get filmed at the beginning of the week. But I have lots of things to talk about because I didn't do one last week. Although I am still pretty much watching all the same shows. I'm kind of considering, since I've split off my content and like decided to do all of my home stuff, any kind of like DIYs, all home content, all vlogs and stuff, is going to go on my now named Michaela McDade channel, which was Diary of a Spendaholic. I'm kind of thinking that I might bring back Kai Flicks, which was basically me talking about the TV shows that I'm watching during the month. Because I think weekly is maybe too much. And there are people who aren't interested in beauty, aren't interested in the other things that I want to talk about, but do want TV recommendations. And quite possibly that might be done live, because I also quite like when we've talked about things like that in the past and it's been more of a discussion, like, have you watched this, have you watched that, and people in the comments are talking to each other and recommending things. So maybe I'll do that as a live occasionally. I have a fear of hair straighteners. I'm always afraid of clamping my ear. My brain thinks it would sizzle like bacon because ears are bacon apparently. No, I've done that and it doesn't. Same situation as if you like get yourself with a curling iron. I'm on the beauty boxes at the minute. I'm getting at least 7 or 8 boxes a month for no reason. I don't use it. Addictive shopper. Oh my goodness, I'm completely with you. I used to. The thing of collecting things as well, she said about if you like something, you get it in all of the colours. That's like the collection element of my personality too. Like I want to have, if I like something, I want all of the thing. I've often thought of things like, do you remember those Harajuku? Hi Sarah. Oh, someone said, I was like that for a while, now I just get FabFitFun. I'm telling you, it's amazing. On Wednesday, we'll talk about it. But I really do love FabFitFun. This will be at I think the last one, because I now subscribe annually. So I pay for all of the boxes, like 4 boxes up front. And you get a discount doing it that way. And you also get to choose more things in your box. So I just thought, well, I'm going to do it anyway, so screw it. And I did it at like Christmas time, so it was like a Christmas present to myself. I saw a meme the other day that was really made me laugh. I shared it to Instagram, and it was something like saying, I'm going to treat myself, but being someone who never deprives themselves of anything ever. Like, yep, that's exactly me. I'll give myself a Christmas present. If it wasn't Christmas, would I not have bought it for myself? No, I would have. So I pay for it annually, and at the end of this year, I think this will be my 3rd year of getting the FabFitFun boxes. They are full-size products. You get to pick, well, everything. If you're an annual subscriber like me, you get to pick everything that's in the box. Or you can ask for surprises. Or you get to pick most of the things if you're doing it seasonally, which is basically you're paying for a box at a time. And they get, my favourite element of FabFitFun is they do sales, and they do like extras and add-ons. So previous to other stuff happening, like before you can customize your box, they'll say like, right, we've got like an add-on sale, and they'll work with different brands, and these are American brands, some of which we can never get here. So for example, with my last one, and this was prior to my no-buy, there was a sale after I'd done my customization, and in the sale was a Free People dress. And I've always wanted a Free People dress, but they're really expensive. And I got it for $89, and I think it's still online at like $150. It'd be more expensive here because everything's more expensive here from that kind of brand. Just frazzling my hair at this point, I realise. But let's pretend I'm not, because it's a really healthy straightener. Love the blunt ends. So I've got a Free People dress coming from my FabFitFun box at some point in the next few weeks. And I would never ever have bought that. I would never, you pay VAT, but I've never paid any kind of customs charges. I just pay for my shipping. And because I already pay for my FabFitFun shipping, I'm only paying $5 extra shipping for the add-ons. It's just great. It's a really good way of shopping random American stuff, even beyond the FabFitFun box. Oh, I love it. Like, it's just, do you see? It's like, it's not like straightened hair. Oh. You know, it does take some time. And I do still have, although it's much shorter now, and it's fine, I do still have a lot of hair to get through. So, you know, it is a pain, but I'm feeling very swishy and ready to film. So thank you for keeping me company for 41 minutes while I get ready to actually be productive and do some stuff today. We will talk more about FabFitFun on Wednesday, and for those of you thinking of maybe signing up, I will have a code, and I'll see if there are any other offers on, because often by the time I get my box, there are like extra offers for that box because they want to sell off the current box and get ready for the next one. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Like I said, thanks for joining me. I will see you guys on Wednesday for that. And if you're interested, there will also be 3 vlogs this week on my other channel, which is also where I'm sharing my house stuff. So if you want to see me change a bath panel, see updates about the garden, that kind of thing, it's going to be over there. Bye-bye.